think it's the National Day of the Dodgy Build around here. This guy's doing something up there, dropping stuff on the ground. There's some guys working a pit further up the road here. Bloody motorbikes attacking me on the footpath all the time. That pisses me off. I mean, they obviously don't enforce any laws here because, you know, every time it gets busy, the traffic gets busy on the road, you'll find a few people say stuff it will just use the footpath as an alternate route. It happens all the time. But, yeah, it's just particularly busy when I first got here, maybe because of that building works that's taking place, but you'll get to see these guys fairly soon doing their dodgy stuff. You know, like in the West, of course, they'd have barriers around an open pit, but not here, which ain't exactly good for the blind of the world. The white stick brigade like me can't bring the dog on the plane with me, not that I've got a dog. So I have to work with extreme caution and a lot of luck that I don't fall down any holes. There you go, there's a guy in uniform just barges through on the motorbike. Typical. Yeah, it's pretty much the way it is. There's a few hotels around here, so you've got a few tourists in this area. It's a smaller population. Attacked by another motorbike, another motorbike, another motorbike. They're out to get me today. It's unbelievable. I reckon it's easier with Dodgem cars in the past than this. Crazy. Other thing happened yesterday, which I had to give the manager my passport. It's interesting because it's random. You know, like I stayed in an apartment in District 3, private place. He never even asked for it, not once. And I was there for about 3 weeks. But this mob, they're a bit more anal, I guess. And so they have to, they ask for it. So now we're coming up to where that works. Oh, the karaoke joint. Oh, God. So now we're going to, oh, the guys might have finished the pit. Might have been just a quick job. I thought they were on this corner. Yeah, maybe they're finished. That was the pit they had open. No, all done. I don't mess around. So these guys are walking somewhere as well. As you can see, the bikes will take it from any angle, and they're just rearing to run down a pedestrian in their DNA. Yeah, so I was going to say about the passport thing that freaked me out a little bit is that the manager came round. I for some reason got in my head it was a guy. It wasn't. It was a woman. So I got totally confused when I saw her. Mainly because I was totally hungover and really wasn't thinking at all. But anyway, gave it to her, and then she said, "You give it back to me at 10 o'clock." And I said, "What? 10 o'clock at night?" Because she came round at 5 in the afternoon. So I wasn't sure that was right, but she'd been conscientious, texting me of her progress, so it was all okay. So I handed it over. Didn't feel great about having to hand over my passport, but I did. I mean, you do have to do that at hotels, but the thing is, at least you're behind a reception desk. This was sort of just, I don't know where she was taking it, to a cop shop or something to register me or whatever. I don't know what she was doing, but she took it away, but she did bring it back she said it was going to be 10, but she got back at 9 o'clock and did return it to me, so that was all good. So, but I don't like, you know, it's not a great feeling giving someone your passport. Probably the dodgiest thing I ever did was, well, at least the passport was safe. It was in the embassy. I had it in with the Vietnamese embassy in Bangkok, and so I didn't have a passport while travelling to Kanchanaburi from Bangkok. I did have a photocopy of my visa, I think, but that's about the visa stamp. But I didn't actually have the passport on me, and but that was okay. It all worked out fine. Like I said, it's safe. It was in an embassy, for God's sake. So. But when it's just a private person you've never met, knocks on your door. I mean, she did say she'd be showing up at that hour, so that was okay. But I've never seen her before. I didn't know from a bar of soap. Handing over your passport, yeah, you feel a little uneasy. But you know, you've got to have your wits about you when you travel, but you've also got to take a few risks, and that was all fine. But as I say, it seems to be random. Sometimes you need to do the passport thing. You always do when you go to a hotel, that's a given. But when you go into an Airbnb gig, it's not always the case. It's like a 50-50 split. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So it seems a bit farcical, but that's a lot of regulations are farcical. And you know, maybe they're loosening up here a bit. I don't know. Anyway, it's all sorted, and I've pretty well broken the back of my walk back to my apartment. I'll just grab another 12,000 dong takeaway coffee, which is very good value. And that's another thing I wanted to mention, is that prices of things can vary so much here for pretty well ostensibly the same product. Like a cup of coffee, I mean, well, a takeaway container of iced coffee can cost anything up to 20,000. The cheapest I've found so far this trip is 12, and the average is 15. I paid 10,000 at the place I used to eat at, just round back where Stanley's Takeaway is. But yeah, the prices of things is very much an open market, and the quality of the product is pretty well the same. So I figure, why pay another 8,000 dong for something? It's the same. The only thing you got to remember is, if you do eat, you get takeaway, you'll just get the container of coffee. But if you actually sit down there, they'll also give you a container of iced tea, Chinese tea, and that's quite refreshing. So that's a bit of a bonus, no extra cost. So it is actually better value to sit down and have a drink. So just keep that in mind too. But just over the road here, this is where the 12,000 dong coffees are sold. And of course we're near a school, but isn't everything near a school in Saigon? The schools, geez, I tell you what, if you could buy shares in education, you'd be making a fortune over here. You seem to be obsessed with schools. But anyway, I guess is the coming to the my favourite coffee place. Actually, the woman who saw me walk past before and yelled out to me, knowing I'm a regular customer. There she is. She'll no doubt. Yeah. Okay.